Hi, I'm Danielle. Welcome to my perfume journal. Every year, I ask my perfume pals here on social media to help me choose my perfume of the year, and I do it March Madness style. So we started out with the Sweet 16, the 16 perfumes that I added to my collection in 2025, and I also wore the most. We have narrowed that group down to the Elite 8. That's what you see right here. And today I will share the results from the Elite 8 pairings, and we will be left with the final four. So, our first pairing in the Elite 8 was L'Interdit Rouge from Givenchy up against Musk Noir Rose from Narciso Rodriguez. I will tell you this was the closest match in this round. And coming out ahead and moving on to the final four is Musk Noir Rose with 54% of the votes. I was a little late to the party on this perfume when it came out in 2022 and it went totally viral. But after I smelled it, I totally understood the hype. This is a great example of a perfume where the hype is real. It is so pretty. Next, we voted on Mon Guerlain EDT from Guerlain versus Pure Poison from Dior. And the winner of this pairing is Mon Guerlain with 64% of the votes. So this one was no surprise to me, although Pure Poison is a beloved flanker of the original Poison. I don't think it's as popular as the flanker Hypnotic Poison. And on Parfumo, Mon Guerlain is the perfume that's rated #1 by the perfume community there. So Mon Guerlain moves on to the final four. The third pairing in this round was Shalimar L'Essence, a new release from this year for the 100th anniversary of Shalimar from Guerlain, up against one of my favorite new discoveries of this year, Embrace French Lavender and Tuberose from Vera Wang. And the winner of this pairing is Shalimar L'Essence with a whopping 72% of the votes on its centennial anniversary. So I would actually love to know what you think of this bottle. Do you like the font that they chose for Shalimar L'Essence? I love it, but I think it's been a mixed bag for people. So when I make the poll for round 3, I will add a bonus question asking if you like the Shalimar L'Essence bottle or if you don't. So we can see what people think of the 100th anniversary bottle of Shalimar L'Essence. And finally, we had Nightingale from Zoologist up against Lovely Lights from Sarah Jessica Parker. And coming out on top in this pairing is Nightingale with 61% of the votes. So even though Lovely Lights didn't make it to the final four, I do think this is a totally wonderful sleeper of a perfume. It has that lovely, creamy, fresh floral kind of profile at an incredibly, incredibly good price, and it definitely deserved to make it this far. Okay, so let me reset the tray now for the final four. Okay, so we have the final four: Musk Noir Rose, Shalimar L'Essence, Mon Guerlain EDT, and Nightingale. Is it going to be Guerlain versus Guerlain? Is it going to be Pink Liquid versus Pink Liquid? Or is it going to be a mix of those things? I don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. It's only going to get more difficult from here, but decisions must be made. Pretend competitions can be nail biters sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to reach into my little cup of scent strips with the names of the final four. And our first pairing is going to be, it is Nightingale from Zoologist up against Shalimar L'Essence from Guerlain. Okay, so if this is your first time catching this series of videos, or maybe you haven't smelled this perfume before, Nightingale is a vintage style floral chypre. I fell in love with this perfume from the minute I tried it. For that reason, I love vintage style floral chypres. And also because it does have that like lipsticky kind of quality that I really love in a perfume. There's a nice dose of rose and violet in this that lends to that kind of like cosmetic feel. And then the hero heart note of this perfume is plum blossom, which is such an interesting floral. It's like pink and springy, but at the same time, it has this like fruity plumminess to it. Not like a ripe, juicy plum, but more of like a crisp, not quite ripe plum. It's so interesting, and I think this is such a unique take on a vintagey floral chypre. So, like, if this perfume were a room, it would be a dressing room, painted blush pink with like mismatched antique furniture and a Victorian upholstered fainting settee. That's what this perfume sort of feels like. And then Shalimar L'Essence, on the other hand, is deep and velvety and balsamic and ambery. But this is also a modern take on a classic perfume style. But where the original Shalimar is much more leathery, Shalimar L'Essence is creamier, it's sweeter, it's more vanillic. And for the 100th anniversary, this perfume has been reimagined with an extra dose of bourbon vanilla. So take out the jasmine from the original Shalimar and double down on that vanilla. So it retains the original DNA of Shalimar. It is unmistakably Shalimar. And then as I've been wearing it, I feel like the smokiness of it is even more pronounced. It is just so beautiful, so elegant, so classic. So if Shalimar L'Essence were a room, it would be a sitting room with low lights, like plush carpeting and velvet everywhere, velvet drapery, velvet upholstery in really deep, rich colors, and classic furniture lines. Okay, so who's it going to be? Nightingale or Shalimar L'Essence? We will find out. So that can only mean that our second pairing today is Musk Noir Rose from Narciso Rodriguez up against Mon Guerlain EDT from Guerlain. Okay, Musk Noir Rose is just pure prettiness. To me, the most prominent notes in this perfume, or the accords, are musk, of course, and then plum and tuberose, which in combination give the perfume its signature rosiness. And then I get a ton of vanilla and suede. It is all so soft, so perfectly blended. It's kind of like airbrushed in nature. It's as close to the word ethereal as a perfume with notes of musk and plum and tuberose and vanilla and suede can possibly be. It's like all of the weightiness of those accords was distilled out, and you are just left with the essence of it all. Like it's been painted with a feather rather than a brush. And I feel like sometimes a perfume doesn't have to be innovative, it doesn't have to wow you. Sometimes the best perfumes are just solid, good quality, everyday reaches. The perfumes that are like a good friend you can always count on, the ones that you can go like months without seeing, but when you pick up the phone, it's like not a day has passed. And Musk Noir Rose is that perfume friend. And so finally, the classic, well loved Mon Guerlain. It was only just this year that I fell in love with lavender in perfumes. I didn't always love lavender. I thought it was like a little bit too sharp for me, but this is one of the perfumes that helped me turn the corner from feeling kind of lukewarm about lavender to becoming absolutely mad for it. The classic combination of lavender and vanilla, when it's done right, will do that to a person, especially when the vanilla is Guerlain vanilla. So just like Musk Noir Rose, this is like a solid, dependable reach. It's sweet pear, some white florals, iris, and sandalwood complementing that gorgeous lavender vanilla. I just think this is so beautiful, such a pretty perfume. Like when you see a perfume like this that is so popular, it's so well loved by so many people, there is usually a reason for that. A classic is a classic is a classic. And Mon Guerlain is one of those perfumes that to me is timeless. It'll never go out of style. We're probably going to be talking about this perfume in another 30 years or more. I am totally in love with this perfume. And here's a fun fact I learned recently. Some of you probably already know this, but I didn't, and I thought it was cool, so I'm going to share it. The Mon Guerlain bottles have a name. They're called quadrilobes. So let me read what it says about them right off the Guerlain website. The quadrilobe bottle, created in 1908, established itself as one of Guerlain's iconic bottles. Simple and graphic, it echoes an alchemist's bottle and owes its name quadrilobe to its stopper, which is formed from one piece to obtain a shape resembling four lobes. 1 century later, beautifully enhanced by a luxurious glass weight and golden adornment, this bottle offers a contrast between strong taut lines and delightful curves, expressing contemporary femininity. I love that. I love the kind of thought that goes into every detail of great perfumes, right down to the bottle design, right down to the stopper. And it's not even just big brands like Guerlain. Small independent brands do this too. And that's just one of the things about this incredible art form that make me love it so, so much. It's all that artistry and thought that goes into making a perfume and its vessel. Okay, so here we have our final four. The link to vote is down below in the description box. And I have to say, it has been so, so much fun to hear your comments along the way, the predictions you've been making, and your reactions to the results. And a few of you have had quite a streak in this game. I'm looking at you, Tammy. I think Tammy has had an almost 100% success rate with her votes so far. Tammy, you are one of my favorite people here. And I am so glad that you and everyone else has been playing along. Thank you so much. I hope this continues to be a fun little distraction during a busy time for a lot of people. Okay, so let me just give you a little timeline for the next couple of videos. I am planning to post the final four results and the top two voting on Tuesday, December 23rd. So my family does celebrate Christmas. I'm going to be doing family holiday celebrations for the next couple of days after that. And then on December 26th, I will post the winner of the Perfume of the Year brackets. Very exciting. So once again, thank you so, so much for watching and for playing along. This has been so much fun for me. I hope it has been fun for you too. I will see you back here on Tuesday with the top two. So until then, I hope you have a great day and a great start to your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.